We are kind of like in a dungeon, studio dungeon. Are we really far away also?
Far away, no.
No? Is this normal? What do you feel like we need?
Like brighter lights or something.
Oh, we definitely need brighter lights.
Yeah, but that'd be even a worse shadow. I feel like, yeah, you need like more behind us to get rid of that.
Well, usually we would have some backlighting.
That's better, but I almost feel like you need one on us now. Keep coming down and go right in my face.
Oh my lord.
That seems better to me, but I don't know anything about lighting.
You think I do?
We're figuring it out.
Figuring it out. Figuring it out.
You're taller than me.
I know. Well, do you want me to shrink my chair down to be more your height?
Yeah, like you should actually be shorter than me.
How's that?
Better.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
board games
and
moving houses
and echoey rooms. Echo! That's what it
Jamie
sounds
spent
like in
2
here.
hours getting the lights situated. I've been sitting here for 2 hours.
They're still not right. Nothing is right. There's nothing on this wall. The lights are wrong. There's no soundproofing in here, so the sound quality is going to be terrible. It's just nothing good about it, really. Except we're in our new house.
We are.
That's pretty good. Am I right?
Yep.
So this whole room is going to be getting a makeover soon, maybe next weekend even. But you might see a few videos with this as a backdrop, and you know what? We're just gonna go with it, and hopefully the sound's not too terrible. Okay, Jeffrey, why are we here today? We are here today to do our Shelf of Shame September update / September wrap up.
And guess what?
What?
We crushed it.
If you were gonna ask us what we did in September, I might answer you by saying we crushed it.
There's people in our Discord that were like, no way are you gonna get all those games played.
Who's laughing now?
Suckers.
Leanne.
Yeah, Leanne.
We had to start 103 games on our Shelf of Shame, and our Patreon community voted for us to play a certain 10 games from the list, and then we chose 10 games for a total of 20. Then in our Discord, Leanne said, there's no way. So we decided, you know what? Then we'll play 30. And you know what? We ended up playing 35 games from our Shelf of Shame in September. And on top of that,
to your face!
We were moving.
Yep.
I was driving back and forth 3 hours, like once or twice a week.
Yeah, we missed
to work from the office.
We missed so many days of game time.
We were without power for 4 days and without internet for 5 days.
Yeah, but that doesn't impact board games.
It impacts everything.
But we didn't play any games during the power outage.
I think we played like one. And we played a bunch of cribbage.
Yeah.
We are going to tell you a little bit about the games that we ended up playing and a little bit of our September wrap-up. But like I said, they're basically the same thing. Beyond the 35 Shelf of Shame games, we ended up playing a total of 45 different games and 65 plays. So that's pretty good.
That's very good.
A lot of those plays were cribbage.
Considering the month we've had.
Exactly. Can't hold us back, I'll tell you that much. So let's just jump into it. I'm going to give you the list of the 35 games that we played, and maybe we can do like short comment on them because you know we're really good at that. Maybe we'll start with the 20 games that we were challenged to actually play. On that list, one of our choices was Unmatched Battle of Legends Volume 1, but then we said, you said
we'll play all of them.
We'll play all of them, I guess. So we ended up playing Unmatched Battle of Legends Volume 1, Volume 2, Unmatched Bruce Lee, Unmatched Deadpool, Unmatched Hell's Kitchen, and Unmatched Jurassic Park Raptors vs. InGen.
Or InGen, whichever you prefer.
Whatever you prefer.
Tomato, tomato.
Tomato, tomato, InGen, InGen.
Potato, potato.
Potato, potato.
Potato.
I say that. I can't wait to have potatoes for dinner.
Potatoes.
So, boil them, mash them, put them in a stew. What's potatoes, Precious? Unmatched is one that we knocked off our list. Now, from all of the different Unmatched versions that we played, Jeff, which one was your favorite? Because I know what mine was.
Bruce Lee and Deadpool was fun. Yeah,
so we matched up Bruce Lee and Deadpool, and that's what I was going to say. I played as Deadpool, and he was so much fun to play with.
Someone had mentioned to me, I can't remember if it was in the YouTube comments or in Discord, that you can only play as Deadpool if you're going to play the cards properly, because his cards will be like,
say this thing.
Yeah, like super outlandish stuff that you have to do outside of the game.
And I also really, really like Battle of Legends Volume 2. I played as Bloody Mary, and she was awesome.
I did like Bruce Lee. He's so crazy good. Attack move, attack move, attack move.
Did you end up winning that or did I? I think I did.
No, I won with Bruce Lee.
You won with Bruce Lee, that's right.
Yeah, I think you won all the other ones.
I think so. We played The Reckoners, which was one of our picks. I think that was your pick. I can't remember either. It was one of Jeff's Grail games, a big game based on a Brandon Sanderson book, and we actually played it twice.
Yep.
And it was very difficult. We did not win.
It is a cooperative boss battler.
You're fighting Steelheart,
yep,
who is like the anti-hero of this world. Is so good. Like, it wasn't hard to learn, but it was very, very hard to win. Then another one from our list was Glenmore 2 Chronicles. This one I thought was just okay for me, but I want to play the actual Chronicles.
We didn't play any of the Chronicles. We played like the base version of the game. It was good. I liked how light it was. It was quick. It was fast. I did like the little rondelle action selection piece. It reminded me a little bit like Patchwork. I enjoyed it.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, and then I really like how
There's
the
little
game...
Scottish dudes.
I like how the game automated the third player in the game. It's like a dice that goes around the action selections, and wherever it ends up, it removes that person or building type that you can play out. I really enjoyed it, and I'm interested to play the Chronicles because they seem really cool.
Then we played Momiji, which I think was one of my picks, and this was just a simple autumn-themed card game set collection. I thought it was good. It was nothing that blew me away, but I definitely liked it. I thought it was fine, and I would definitely play it again. Next, we played Call to Adventure Stormlight Archives, which was one of your picks.
I liked it. I mean, it's Call to Adventure just rethemed to Stormlight Archive, which is probably 1B of my favorite book series of all time. You're basically building out a story, building out a character with traits and going on journeys and fighting bad guys. It's really cool to roll the ruins too. They're not like normal dice, so like two-faced little I don't even know what the...
Like stones?
Yeah.
Not stones.
Well, they're
almost like dominoes.
Anyway, it's really cool to roll those. Jamie had a rough game.
I had a very rough game. I didn't roll anything that I needed. And I was like,
You ended up winning, though.
Yes,
because
I did.
It's so basically Call to Adventure. If you don't succeed, you gain experience points and all of these things. It's a really good game at keeping you progressing forward or failing forward.
And then we played Campy Creatures, which was one from my list. And I loved this game. Like, I loved it. I am so excited to play it during October with a bunch of people. Then we're going to have a spooky game day with some friends. And that one is definitely coming out because I think it played okay at 2 players.
It's very good.
But it will definitely shine at more players.
I liked it way more than I had anticipated.
Is the best artwork of all the art.
You know, it's very good, but it's the best.
Very good.
That's you.
I know, it's my mom. Send me pictures when you're done painting, she says. I'm painting our whole house black, like my soul, Jeff says.
You say that. Don't put that out in the universe.
So then we played Stardew Valley, which was one that was voted on by our community. And this was a game that was sitting on our shelf that we bought because we thought, we like Stardew Valley. Jeff loves Stardew Valley. Let's just buy the board game. We'll probably never play it. And we played it and loved it.
It's incredible. It was incredible.
Loved
it. It is a co-op objective-based game where you are collecting resources. You're trying to make friendships with villagers. It's Stardew Valley. If you've played Stardew Valley, the video game, the board game is pretty much the video game.
Did we cover this in a board game snapshot? I feel like we did.
Probably, but again, it's very good.
I'm pretty sure we fully covered this in our last board game snapshot. If we did, I'll link it below. Then another one voted on by the Patreon community was Obsession, which is a game that's been sitting on our shelves for far too long. We played this without any of the expansions. This game was sent to us by Chianta Games, so we are going to cover it more in a future board game snapshot, but I just wanted to say that we just played the base game and I loved it.
The theme really comes out in this game. It shocked me how thematic it was, and I haven't played anything quite like it. I really, really enjoyed it. You crushed me, but I really, really enjoyed Obsession. Very, very much so. There's a lot of strategy there.
Now, another one voted on by our Patreon community was Agricola. All creatures, big and small. Or as I like to call it, Agricola BS. People were like, you gotta play this. This is the 2-player version of Agricola. You're gonna love it.
I don't like that. Because Agricola is very good at 2-player.
It's not good at 2 players. It's not good at 3 players. It's not good at 4 players. 5 players? No.
Can I just say something quickly? I also did not overly enjoy Agricola Big and Small.
I hated it.
primarily because I do think normal Agricola is so good at 2-player that when I was playing this, I'm like, this is just not as good Agricola.
I don't know.
It was fine. It was fine.
Was it?
I would rather just play Agricola 2-player.
I couldn't even focus.
Yeah, it was a friggin' slog.
It was boring. Boring. I gave it the old college try. I tried to like it. I did not like it. I've done my due diligence.
All right.
I will try regular Agricola again someday in physical
Well, now that we have a game group around, I'm definitely buying it.
Moving on. Then we played Anno 1800, which I think was one that you picked for us to play. And this one was sent to us from Cosmos forever ago, after PAX last year. And I've been wanting to play it for forever. And Jack, you ended up learning it for us to play. And this game broke my brain. There were times where I was just standing there and I think that there was like, I don't know, smoke or something coming from my ears because I was literally like, I don't know. And I kept trying to do things. I'm like, and now I'm doing this. And I was like, well, I can't do that because I don't have this. And it's just like, oh my God.
You know, 1800 is very much about like making resources to create other resources.
It's
better
an
resources.
engine builder, right?
Yeah, like resource engine, I guess, in order to like score victory points and like build new harbors and new buildings and stuff. But it is brain burning.
Are you trying to build orders? Because now I can't remember. Because I'm like, why did I need these other things to make other things? And I couldn't get the glasses that I needed to make this thing.
Well, it's just like, you're upgrading your area.
Yeah.
You know, you start with basic resources and you have to monopolize those basic resources to produce better resources or sales. Like,
it was really good. But
I
man,
really enjoyed it.
If you suffer from analysis paralysis, my friends, approach with caution.
If you have a group of players that...
Because I generally don't.
Is susceptible to that, this might be one to maybe steer clear of.
Yeah. Then we played 10 Penny Parks. This one was voted on by the Patreon community. This is a game that I was really excited for. It's from Thunderworks Games. I have to say I was really disappointed by it.
It was fine.
It was fine. It was just fine. But essentially, like, this is a tile placement, like, park building game where you're building out a theme park, which is, the theme is amazing. The production is amazing. The production is
very good, yep.
But Jeff and I just kept saying, I would rather just play Barron Park because it was very similar. Like, there's a lot of similarities in terms of gameplay.
There's a lot of really good tile placement games out there.
Yeah, it's really hard to compete.
Calico, Barron Park, Overboss. 10 Penny Parks just felt restrictive to me more than I enjoyed. Like, there's, like, things that you can't place blocks over, like, you know, trees, and you have to cut the trees down and all of these things. I wanted to focus more on building the park than, like, park maintenance.
Yeah, I think also, like, the placement rules in this game, like, you can't place another building or amusement thing or whatever right next to something else. You could place it diagonally. It was very restrictive when, in my brain, when I'm playing on something like a grid, like Patchwork, I want to fill that grid. Like, I want to make a puzzle. Then we played the Night Cage, which was also, I think, voted on by the Patreon community, and I'm once again excited to play this in October. We want to play it like in the dark with candlelight and
There's
everything.
There's apparently a playlist to go with it.
There's a playlist. This is kind of like it's like you're walking around in the dark trying to find the way.
It's like a tile placement game, kind of like Subterra, where you're placing out 1 or 2 or 3 tiles at a time.
Wherever your light shines.
To try and, so basically the theme is you're carrying a candle through this night cage, which is like a maze that you need to get out of. So you need to find a key and find a gate and get out. There's pits and monsters, and it's really, really, really good. I enjoyed it. We
actually won.
We got super lucky with our tile draws.
Yeah. We played Horrified American Monsters, another one voted on from the Patreon community, and it's Horrified with different monsters. I had a blast. I love Horrified.
A little bit more complex.
Yeah, we played with what monsters did we play with? The Ozark and...
I'm not recalling.
Wow. We did not play with Bigfoot or the Jersey Devil or the Mothman.
I love that you can remember the ones we didn't play.
Yeah. Oh, the Banshee. We played with the Banshee.
Yes, we did play
the
with
Ozark,
the Banshee.
and then something else. I can't remember. Anyways, it's a blast.
Yeah.
Horrified's always a good time. Then we played Rococo, another one voted on by the community, and I love this
Rococo's
game.
very good.
I think the production value of it, and the fact that it was from like Eagle Griffin Game, the box is the same size as Kanban, I assumed that this would be a very complex game, but it is not a complex game. You're like making dresses and garments for fancy people so they can go to parties, and you're putting them in different like rooms, and then they can go watch fireworks. And oh my gosh, I just thought it was awesome. The production, amazing.
Yeah, it's very
I
good.
had a great time playing it.
I also very much enjoyed that one.
And then we played Transmissions, which was one of our picks. And this is just a super cute, simple little board game.
Good for kids.
Robots going around, picking up stuff, and making ideas and getting ideas and doing stuff.
Very
like,
simple rondel
very
actions.
simple.
The miniatures are beautiful.
Ugh.
We did back this one on Kickstarter. I think it'd be great for kids. Though.
It was very, very simple. Very, very cute. And then we played Cry Havoc, which was another one of our choices, or I should say one of your choices.
Cry Havoc is an asymmetrical area control, area majority game, which, keep in mind, inherently usually does not play super well 2-player. This one does. I think they did a very good job with the third AI player. In Cry Havoc, if you're playing at 2, 3, or 4 players, there's an AI that's on the board. Only in a 5-player game does the AI get control. I really enjoyed it. My faction was super fun to play. I think if Jamie had played as my faction, she would have enjoyed it way more. She played as kind of the more passive,
I was the alien
resource kind of collection, crystal collection faction, which she didn't enjoy. But I think if she would have played as the machines, she would have had a blast. I really, really enjoyed Cry Havoc.
And then we played Root Marauders, which was one of our picks as well. So this is the newest expansion for Root, which is Jeff's favorite game. I played as the Warlords. Is that
Lord of the Hundreds.
Lord of the Hundreds. They're like the little mob of mice and stuff.
And I played as the Keepers.
The Badgers. I really liked this one. I really liked my faction.
I just want to quickly say we played this in 2-player without the hirelings. So we just played a straight up 2-player game of Root with the base cards, not even Exiles or Partisans, on the original map. Very much enjoyed it. The Keepers faction is very complicated. I wouldn't say it was my favorite faction, but I only played them one time. They reminded me of like this bird hybrid. If you ever played Root, they're very much somewhat similar to the birds in terms of how their retinue works. I enjoy Root. You guys know it's my favorite game. I enjoyed this one. I'm very excited to play Lord of the Hundreds. I was watching Jamie do her stuff, and I was like, oh man, this is cool.
Then we played Anachrony, which was one of Jeff's picks.
It's very good, man. I loved Anachrony.
I loved
Holy
Anachrony.
Smokes. And we played a 2-player with no expansions, just the base game.
Yeah, it's great. It's basically just like a worker placement game, but it's just the way that it works is really cool because it's, once again, kind of like a game like Kanban. Everything just kind of makes sense that you're doing, and you're sending your little people out in these exosuits out into space, and you're trying to make things better to bring more people onto kind of your little land area before the capital is impacted by like an asteroid and explodes. At some point in the game you can evacuate, and we did not pay attention to our evacuation, like what we needed. So we were both working on completely the wrong things, but it was still so much fun. I really, really liked it a lot.
I'm really excited to play this at more than 2.
And then the last one from the 20 that we had to play was Glass Road, which is an Uwe Rosenberg game.
It's very quick. And it's all about resource generation. So in Glass Road, you're basically trying to produce glass and other resources in order to build stuff in order to score victory points.
It's a very unique like resource
production
dial.
That's the most unique thing about Glass Road. Also that it plays super well 2-player.
Yeah. It's really interesting because you have to choose the cards that you're going to play before the round starts. And then if somebody else plays a card that you also have, then you play it, and then they get less resources. They don't get to do like the 2 things. They only get to do 1 thing. I just think it's really...
There's like a follow mechanic with
There's
the
a lot of
cards
player interaction, and I really liked it.
Yeah, and like your dial kind of works. So like if you produce too much of one good, your dial will turn, and then you can't you can't produce certain goods anymore, or like you have to turn it back or produce like glass in order to turn it back. I really enjoyed it. Very, very much so.
The other games that we ended up playing from our Shelf of Shame, we played Jekyll vs. Hyde, which is a great trick-taking game. We played Point Salad, both the regular and the Pokemon version. We played Cover Your Assets, which is a Grandpa Beck's game. It was I think a game that would play much better at more.
Not at 2.
Not a great game at 2. Then I played a couple
couple solo games to knock those off the list. Food Chain Island from Button Shy. I played it 6 times. I really like it. I played Death Valley and Sprawlopolis as well, so knocked off a bunch of my Button Shy games. We also played Unlock Secret Adventures, which we'll have more coming about some escape room games, but we really liked that one. It was really cool. We played Smash Up Disney, a game that I would like to smash up.
It's our first ever Smash Up game.
And it's going to be our
And it will be our
ever.
last Smash Up game.
Did not like that game. We played Eminent Domain, which is not at all what I expected it to be.
Eminent Domain was one of my Grail games that Jeff from our Discord found and we bought from him and he sent it to us. Eminent Domain is a pure deck builder. I wasn't overly expecting. I'm not sure how much I knew about the game other than that it took place in space. But it's pure deck builder. You're basically building out planets and then you're either fighting that planet to take control of it or you're terraforming it basically.
It's attack or colonize or the two.
Colonize, sorry, not terraform, colonize, correct. Very, very good deck builder. I thought it was good.
We didn't play with the expansion that came with it, so I'm definitely interested to play with that because it enhances
it was fine.
Yeah,
I don't think it blew us away. If you like pure deck builders like Dominion or anything like that and you're looking for something different, this is definitely one to check out.
And then just to wrap up our September wrap-up, we also played a butt ton of Crib. Jeff's parents love to play Crib, so we were playing this a lot when the power went out. I think we played Crib maybe like between 7 or 8 times. Played Can't Stop. We played a lot of Hidden Leaders, Forgotten Legends, coverage coming soon, so we won't say anything about it. I also played Unsurmountable and Final Girl, so 2 solo games. Boomerang Australia. Classic staple. We played Bestiary of Sigillum, which is a new game coming to crowdfunding in October, so we'll also have coverage on that soon. Castle Party. Great flippin' right. We played Merchants of Muziris. We had dinner with our lovely friends, Rodney and Christy Smith. Rodney, of course, brings a board game to dinner. And I'd never heard about it. And this was a game from, I think, like 2017. It was a great little card game.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, there was a lot of people at the big stop looking at us being like, what are you playing? What's that game? And then we played Harrow County, which we have a video on already, so you could check that out on the channel for the preview and have a full playthrough coming later this week, actually. That's everything that we played in September. We had a fantastic gaming month. Like, we played some amazing games.
It's only going to get better too because now we have a game group.
We have a game group. So now here where we've moved, we have my brothers both live here. So Zach and Jason, many of you know. And then we also have like 3 or 4 other people that we could play games with.
It'll be a bit hectic to start as we get the house settled.
It is spooky season, so we are very excited to be playing some very spooky, scary skeleton games this month. That is all that we have for today. Interested to know down below if you played any of these games, what you think of them. If you participated in Shelf of Shame September with us, how many games did you knock off your Shelf of Shame? I would love to know. And we are just going to keep working on lowering that 100+ number with
we'll start knocking it off.
Raise and it's gonna
We're gonna start knocking it off pretty good here.
Yep, we're gonna start knocking it off pretty good here. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in buying board games, you should first start by checking your friendly local gaming store, and for us, that is
Boardroom Game Cafe.
It sure is. That's all we have. We hope to see you again soon, and now we say goodbye. Goodbye.
Later days. I forgot what to do.
You're like, you literally went like this.
I forgot what to do.
Oh my gosh.
It's got you, not me. It's got your forehead.
Perfect. Oh my god. Is that in the camera?
No.
Oh, I know.
No.
No. It's fine, you know?
Yep.
But at the same time, it's not great. That
you
needs
also,
to be turned.
Towards what?
You.
Jamie, there was nothing wrong with how I did it. You just needed to touch it. Now half of my face is... Like, why did you...
Because it still wasn't right. You know what I'm going to say? It's good enough.
Yeah, it was.
So beyond the 35.
Yep.
That's about that. That's about that.
Mm-hmm.
All about that. Ow, I fell.